Wanted, dead or barely alive. Your old or outdated computers, monitors, and televisions, working or not. Don't trash it, recycle it. eCycle Washington makes it easy. Households, small businesses, public schools, and other organizations in Washington may drop off unwanted computers, monitors, and televisions at over 300 locations statewide for free. Find the location nearest you at ecyclewashington.org and click on Where Can I Recycle? That's ecyclewashington.org.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. In this country, you're either one of two things: a dog person or a cat person.
I think I say you're either a KISS fan or a Zeppelin fan.
Okay.
It's the same thing.
Pretty close. Yeah. And, of course, a lot of folks aren't digging the cat people.
Rude.
Because they're not digging cats.
Yeah. Rude.
They're saying, you know what, cats got this reputation of being aloof, they're indifferent, they're kind of jerky. But, Rev, you'll be happy to know that
you're just like a cat, Rev. You're aloof, you're indifferent, and you're kind of jerky.
Yeah. And this new study out of Oregon State University, hey, look at that. Right in our neighborhood. Yeah. Turns out the cats act that way because of one reason, because of us. We're the ones that are jerks. That's what's making them act jerky themselves.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The researchers found that most cats really like their owners and even strangers too, if those people treat them nicely. Well,
how are you treating your kid? I thought the Rev treats his cat nice.
I thought everybody treats their pets. I mean, you get a pet for, and you're
some people, I wonder.
Well, here's the thing: what a cat considers nice is feeding them on time. And when on time, it's usually a couple of hours before we're supposed to feed them. So that's when Carl turns into an absolute jerk.
Oh, that's interesting.
So it's being nice based on what they feel is being nice.
Well, why don't you just feed the cat when he wants to eat?
Because it's not his time to eat. We have rules in place.
How does he know that? He's a cat. He wants to eat. Let him feed him at that time. That should be his dinner time.
No, because then it will get progressively earlier and earlier, and then I'm feeding him at like 2 a.m. This is something I have to feed him a snack, him and Frank a snack at 3:30 in the morning before I leave. So he leaves my wife alone for 2 hours. Because they will knock stuff over, they will mess with the blinds, they will literally barge in through the door.
Yeah. What's wrong with that? That's what I do to my wife when she doesn't feed me.
That's right.
I just start pawing at the blinds.
Sounds very similar to me. It really, really does. Yeah, it says here, this is what cracks me up. What person gets a pet, like a cat or a dog, and doesn't show it affection? Because this study says all you have to do is show your cat affection, and unless the cat's got a really, really standoff personality, it's eventually going to show affection back to you. Who's not showing their cat affection?
Dude, I wonder with some people. I don't get why some people even get a pet. Like, they just don't pay any attention to it. They don't spend any time with it sometimes. And I know some people, I don't understand the whole idea of having an outdoor cat.
Same.
I don't get it. Like, what is the point?
One day, maybe it won't come back. That's what I always had the outdoor cat for.
I sometimes just see one neighborhood cats just walking around. They're waiting at their owner's door. Like, hey, kind of want to come in. I'm your pet.
Well, the
nice
reason
to come into your house.
Here's why we had an outdoor cat.
BJ's one of the outdoor cat.
Yeah.
Of course, you look like an outdoor cat kind of guy.
I'm an outdoor cat guy. Well, this was a long time ago. This is 30 years ago. But I had 2 outdoor cats because we felt at the time, we're, kind of hippies, that, they could run free, nobody would care. And why would you keep them cooped up? Let them go out and have fun. That was kind of what I thought. Like, it would be, we used to let dogs run free, but then leash laws happened. But don't you think an animal wants to be out and, do its thing?
I don't know. I just don't understand the whole concept of having a pet if you're just going to, let it go.
And then they come back, though, so you get to hang out. I go to work.
I don't know. Sometimes I see there's, people going around. I can't find my cat. I'm like, well, what happened to it? I let it out. It hasn't come back. Well, why'd you let it out in the first place?
Oh, yeah. So you got to make sure you got more treats than it can ever find out there. That's why it will come back.
Yeah, I used to have a cat that would just leave the house, and he was just kind of like, F this, I'm out. Something would piss him off, and he would leave for weeks at a time because he knew other families in the neighborhood would either leave food out for him or just feed him.
Or treat him better.
Yeah, basically.
Definitely.
And so he would eventually come back, and he'd tell me all about his stories and all of his adventures and everything. And,
he would he?
Yeah, he'd come back, and he'd be like, meow, 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 meow. And I'd ask him what his adventures were like, and he'd tell me.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you won't believe what the Johnsons do at the end of the block.
Yeah. It was good to get neighborhood gossip.
Have you really started to realize we're working with a crazy person? They talk about crazy cat ladies. We got a crazy cat dude over there.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
You know what it is, though? It's a bunch of significant others that didn't want a pet to start with that don't give the cat affection. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the wife wanted a cat, the husband didn't want a cat. So it's like people like you, BJ, who don't give it affection.
I didn't give the dog affection. I actually dug the cats. The cats are a lot lower maintenance than the dog.
Yeah, just open the door and let them leave.
Yeah, we didn't have a litter box. Didn't need a litter
Your daughter
box.
doesn't even do that.
Yeah, I know. She stays.
Why aren't you more like those outdoor cats, Sarah? Just get out and don't come back.
Come on, I let her loose, but she comes back every time. And I told you our outdoor cats used to come in through because we had a mobile home and there was a hole at the bottom. And so they would come in through the hole. We didn't have to let them out.
You guys are the epitome of class.
Yeah. Well, I thank you, epitome.
They were hippies. Yeah, hippie life right there, huh?
Yeah.
And tie-dye leashes and everything.
I didn't know that was what was going on. They found the secret exit themselves, and then I get up to go to the bathroom one night, 2 a.m, and all of a sudden the vanity door bust open, and these glowing eyes were looking at me, and I was like,
I remember that.
hell?
They're just showing you what is wrong with the structural integrity of your house, sir.
Well, you know,
you're going to let me in.
I didn't know that's what it was, Rev. I mean, when you know how you stumble to the bathroom at 2 a.m. and you're kind of groggy, and our vanity was right across from the toilet, and I'm like,
Suddenly
doing my
eyeballs.
business. Then the door opens. I'm like, what? And then all of a sudden,
Getting some text from people who have indoor-outdoor cats. It seems like the overall consensus is that those cats help with the rodent issues in wherever they're living. One person says some outdoor cats will keep small rodents at bay. That's from Nora and Port Townsend.
Yeah, I've heard of barn cats.
yeah, well, how about that?
Yeah, cats
I know
live
in
barns.
England they have pub cats because of rodent issues and everything. Almost every bar
Oh,
has
I
a
thought
cat.
it was like your drinking partner.
No, actually, but there was a cat that kept stealing all the potato chips off the wall. It was funny.
Oh, nice.
Same at Disneyland, actually. They have a bunch of wild cats that go around and keep the mouse.
Please tell me they have little Mickey ears while they do it. It's very ironic that they're attacking mouse.
Well, how does Mickey feel about that?
you know.
I mean, seriously. If I'm Mickey, I'm like, wait a second, what?
Yeah.
I'm your star. I don't be getting cats around here trying to eat me.
Maybe they just keep the rats out. They let the mouse stay.
Oh, the mouse stays there.
Yeah, I think the mice that can stand on 2 of their legs and talk, those are okay.
Those are okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Wear clothes.
All right.
Otherwise, you're not allowed in.
Yeah.
There's a lengthy training period.
Yeah.
We got to tell you about this bank robber. Learned a very, very valuable lesson that a scooter, not the best choice for a getaway vehicle. Steve's going to tell you why, because he's got the news for you at 6:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle.
Most fifth graders have a better grasp of the English language. Unfortunately, there aren't any available this early in the morning. This is News with Steve Miggs.
Well, thanks, guys, and thanks to Car Toys for giving us news and sports. And it's a special day today. Play a game. I'm going to play a sound. You have to guess what today's special day is.
All right.
All right, Rev, hit it.
Oh, it's Firecracker Day.
Wrong.
Oh.
Vicky.
It's Bubble Wrap Day.
Bing, bing,
Yay.
bing. Happy National Bubble Wrap Day. Wow, man, you weren't even close, BJ.
Oh, well, I'm thinking of summer.
Okay. Why would it be National
Kinda
Fireworks?
close. I mean, it's not like it doesn't sound
It's the end
like
of January. Why would it be National Firework Day?
Yeah, that's a good point.
All right, I'll give you another one. It's
right.
also today's day is this.
Oh, is that a kazoo?
Yes.
All right, I got that
National
one.
Kazoo Day. Shout out to Edge and Christian for the sound effect from the WWE.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Yes. I was like, I need a kazoo sound. They start their podcast with this sound.
Ah. All right, then. Thank you. It's a good thing we got them, because I don't know who else is using a kazoo.
We would never be able to find the sound of a kazoo.
Yeah. I mean,
All right.
Louie, maybe? Somebody doing it somewhere?
Play a kazoo while you play with your bubble wrap, kids. That's today.
That does sound like a party.
Yeah. Let's talk about this guy who last month he robbed a bank in Texas, and when he got the cash from the teller, he decided to run out. And here's the thing. If you're going to have a getaway vehicle, I'm guessing one of those electronic scooters that you could, rent is not your best bet. That's what he did.
That's what he did.
He scooted away. He got away. But the problem was he used one of those scooters that you have to have an account linked to your phone and your credit card.
Okay.
So the cop sent a subpoena to Uber, which owns jump scooters. I guess they're pretty similar to, I think ours are called Lime. And there's another company as well that has some scooters. I see them a lot in Tacoma for data about the ride. So Uber sent over the robber's info, including his name, his phone number, his email, and his credit card information. And they were able to catch this 19-year-old and arrested him on Thursday for the robbery.
Wow, what a genius.
I want to use one of those scooters. I don't want to rob a bank and do it, but I saw we were over at Point Ruston in Tacoma on Saturday, and some people were just going around on those Lime scooters, just having a blast.
And for some reason, Seattle is not sure about them yet, because we haven't got them up here.
Man, they're a lot cooler than the bicycles, I say. They're a lot cooler than the bicycles.
Can I ask you why they're cooler than the bicycles? Because you haven't used one.
Because they're scooters. This looks kind of fun.
All right.
Scooting around.
Yeah.
Like a Razor scooter with electricity.
I feel like if you want, you could stand up on a bicycle with electricity, and you also have the option of sitting down on a bicycle with electricity. Where a scooter, you just got to stand.
Yeah, but it kind of makes me feel like I'm like Silver Surfer.
Oh, I get it.
Or Lime Scooter Surfer.
Lime Scooter Surfer.
This is a very weird situation to happen to a woman in Australia, and I hope none of us ever experience this. When you sit down in the bathroom, you're trying to do what you got to do, and all of a sudden you feel a sharp pain on your butt.
No.
There was a python that bit her butt while she was going number one.
No.
Midstream, she feels this sharp pain, she says. She's like, yeah, you don't expect that when you have your knickers and long pants around your ankles. And it's hard to go anywhere.
Yeah, it is.
So, yep, she got bit by a snake. She got up. Of course, that freaked her out. She took a picture of the python and then took a bunch of pots and pans and put it on the toilet lid to keep because, the python's going to open up the toilet seat.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, she contacts somebody, the snake catchers in Brisbane, and the handler says, I love snakes, but I don't want one attached to my bum, so I understand. They're able to safely capture the snake.
This was in her house?
Apparently so.
Oh, see, I mean, I could understand if it was somewhere else, but if it's in your own home and the snakes are getting in there,
And fortunately, it was a non-venomous bite.
Yeah.
Just imagine that.
Yeah. Dude, I know. What was his name? Monty?
I don't think so. Oh.
Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you very much.
I got it. No, it's Monday. It took a second,
It's
right?
National Kazoo Day. Ooh, nice.
That's my best impression.
Wow, yeah, but now you need a towel.
I do. Kind of drooled all over myself. Let's talk about this kid that's going to make all of us feel inadequate when it comes to bowling. 10 years old, from New Jersey. His name is Kai, and he just became the second youngest person to bowl a perfect 300.
What?
He's 10.
Come on. And you're saying he's the second youngest.
Right.
So somebody even younger than him did it one time.
Yeah, a 9-year-old back in 2013. Some kid from Florida.
A 300.
300.
It's all
I'm
I give a
stoked when I bowl 100.
So every time he picked up the ball, he rolled a strike.
Yes.
He's 10.
Yes.
The ball's got to be bigger than his head. How? I don't understand this.
Does he get to use those bumpers? Probably not.
It's probably bumper bowling.
No, they wouldn't give him the nod for bumper bowling.
I'm saying this kid cheated.
He cheated, yes. He had a juice ball.
Gosh, this kid must be amazing. He's got to be a phenom, right?
According to his mother, he eats, sleeps, and drinks bowling.
Oh, there you go.
Even when he's not bowling, he's on his phone on a bowling game. It's what he loves.
Wow, he can make a nice little career for him if he's that good.
10 years old?
Yeah.
That's amazing. It's not amazing. It was the Pro Bowl. I didn't watch any of it. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
I just woke up today and I was like, let me see what happened with the Pro Bowl. Oh, Russell Wilson was sacked 4 times as the NFC lost 26-7. Patrick Mahomes became the MVP for the offense, and New York Jets safety Jamal Adams, he was the defensive MVP. Each gets a luxury vehicle because they need those.
And Russell's okay because I don't like the idea that he gets sacked because I didn't watch it either.
Yeah, Michael Dixon, he kicked a bunch of balls because he was in for pretty much the whole. Yeah, he made 4 punts. Bobby Wagner made 5 tackles, and that was pretty much the Seahawks' performance at the Pro Bowl. As far as weather, 52 degrees and sun, and there you go.
Thanks, buddy.
Have a good one.
Thanks, pal. There you go.
And there you go.
I'm done.
I'm out.
It.
Go shoot off some fireworks.
Go shoot off some fireworks on Bubble Wrap Day.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, man. I always think of bubble wrap affectionately because back in the 1970s, the old Doctor Who show that I watched, they used bubble wrap to make a monster because we didn't know what bubble wrap was.
It was the dumbest monster I'd ever seen in my life.
I got to pull this up.
It is so bad.
Yeah, I forget. I think the episode's called The Ark. I can't remember, but it's one of the old Tom Baker ones. And again, this is 1974, 75-ish.
Right? It's just green bubble wrap.
Yeah.
It was bad. Man,
isn't it something,
dude? No,
but we never knew what that stuff was back then. We didn't know
Vicky,
what that was.
Seen this? It's just somebody wrapped in bubble wrap.
I know, but at the time, again, we're talking over 40 years ago. Nobody knew what bubble wrap was, and so people thought, "Oh my God, these creatures are horrible, horrific."
They consider it one of the 10 worst Doctor Who monsters. What else is even in the list?
Oh, yeah.
All of the monsters from Doctor Who were pretty abysmal.
Yeah, in the 70s and the 80s they were. Yeah,
and it looks like the green bubble wrap's taking over this guy, and it's like his hand. He's just got bubble wrap on his hand. He's like, oh, look at my hand.
Yeah, he's being absorbed by this creature. Yeah.
But it's nice because he could safely be transported to places.
Yeah, exactly. But here's the thing.
Oh my gosh. Why don't we recreate these? We should do our own sci-fi show and just use bad special effects.
But see, this was, if you will, just the naivety of the people of the time.
Uh-huh.
Because, look, there were times that people didn't even know about putting something on a screen. And in the Old West, when somebody first came out with a slide projector, it was a still picture of a train that people were gathering around and watching a tent. As soon as they threw that train picture up on the wall, people jumped out of their chairs. They thought a train was going to hit them.
Right.
Because that's just the way they'd never seen anything like that before.
Right. But I'm looking at this. There's some website that put together the 10 worst Doctor Who monsters, and all the other ones. I mean, they're kind of laughable. They're kind of cheesy and silly, but they're still.
Yeah, they at least look like they tried.
Right.
Yeah, as opposed to just wrapping somebody up at the post office going, look, we're going to paint this green and hopefully people will dig it.
Right, it's almost like they're like, we need a monster. What are we going to do? And there's like Jimmy in the mailroom's like, I got this. Let's do this. And then wrap it around his hand.
I mean, the Doctor Who is famous for having his biggest enemy, which is called a Dalek, and it basically is a trash can with a plunger on it, and and kids used to get so fearful of that, and you look at it and you laugh at it and go, really? These stupid little rolling trash cans with plungers? That scared kids, but it did.
I don't know if this is true or not, but Chris from Pure Object said, "God, did you know that bubble wrap was invented to be wallpaper?"
Huh.
It was?
I don't know. This guy might be effing with us.
Maybe he was. I never heard of it. Like a style of wallpaper that looked cool?
Yeah, it was a Beat Migs question once.
Oh, right, sure.
Well, it will be.
Wow, never heard that.
That's interesting. What kind of wallpaper is that?
We got to research that. I don't know.
The creators were attempting to create a 3-dimensional plastic wallpaper, but the idea was a failure, so they made it packing material.
Oh, so it was their idea to go, hey, you know what? People have wallpaper, but they've never had 3D wallpaper.
That's hilarious. It just makes me think of that Mitch Hedberg joke where he's like, when whoever invented the Pringles, they expected a bunch of tennis balls to show up, and when a bunch of potatoes showed up instead, they're like, F it, let's make potato chips and put them in those canisters. There's a joke, but that feels like the same thing.
Yeah. That is a cool thing in life, though, when you learn about some of the things that were created, and they were basically failures of another goal, and yet, like Edison with the phonograph, he created that because he was trying to create electricity, and all of a sudden the phonograph shows up.
Really?
I believe that's the story with Edison, that the record player phonograph was a mistake.
Weird.
He was trying to do something else, and he was like, "Whoa, hey, what the heck happened here?"
What a bunch of stoned people in college going to do had it not been for that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, really, with the way we listen to music, and even now coming back again, the whole idea of a turntable.
Well, not so much electricity. The phonograph was developed because of the telephone and the telegraph. Not because of electricity, but all of those things were made possible because of electricity.
No. What I'm saying is, I think he was trying to create the light bulb and maybe I got the story wrong.
Yeah, you did. I just told you exactly what happened. I'm literally reading the history of the phonograph.
Oh, and what did it say?
It says the phonograph was developed as a result of Thomas Edison's work on two inventions, the telegraph and the telephone.
Oh, okay.
Well, what did it say, Rev? I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
The phonograph was...
Shut up! I'm just kidding.
But I didn't know didn't Graham Bell do the telephone? So Alexander Graham Bell beat Thomas Edison to the telephone too?
Welcome to history, kids.
Yeah.
With
Wow.
BJ Miggs.
Yeah, we know what we're doing.
I'm looking at this article that was done on accidental inventions that changed the world. Play-Doh. You know what Play-Doh was originally meant for?
What was that
Wallpaper?
No, yeah, right.
Good job. A record player?
Nope.
Medicine.
To remove soot in coal-burning homes.
Oh.
And then it became Play-Doh. That's kind of interesting.
Isn't that bizarre?
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, how about that? They made much more money doing that.
How about popsicles? I guess the guy who made those, he was just stirring powdered soda and water into a cup with a stick, and then he put it in, he left it outside in the cup, and then it froze over, and it became this sweet icicle on a stick.
Yeah.
Man. How come stuff like that doesn't happen to us, Steve?
A Slinky?
That wasn't intentional?
It was meant to meter, to monitor power on battleships.
Wow. And then somebody said, this is a toy. Now, you know what? That makes sense, because we all say, why did this ever become a toy? It's the dumbest thing ever.
Coca-Cola is meant to be a cure for headaches and nervous disorders.
It was?
Well, it makes sense. Didn't there used to have cocaine in it or something? Like everything had cocaine in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Including Play-Doh.
Yeah, right? Play-Doh. I rub it on my teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
That's interesting. It's funny to see how certain things that you weren't expecting.
Yeah, I'm looking at your
silly
list
putty
over
as
there.
well.
Do you guys know what silly putty is?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I'm glad that's still around.
The government needed rubber for airplane tires, boots, and soldiers and the like. And they tried to use that was what the original need for silly putty was.
Oh, wow.
Pretty cool.
I'm digging it.
Yeah.
All right, there's this website called Entrepreneur, and they have come up with a list of the top ways that you can blow a first impression. We thought, okay, this is very, very important.
Puking on somebody's shoes.
Or passing out on somebody while having a conversation.
How about that? Them.
Yeah.
I already met them. It was like the second impression.
This is really interesting because we see a lot of celebrities do this as they get older. Especially, the rock stars, too, I see do this a lot. Wearing sunglasses makes a bad first impression.
Dude, there's somebody, and I think all of us know this person. I know, Danny, you do. In every freaking picture I ever see, he's inside with his child. I think even in a picture where he had the birth of his child, he's wearing sunglasses.
Every single picture.
Like he's trying to be the cool guy with sunglasses.
Do I know this guy?
Yes, I think you do.
Oh, you got to write the name down. I'm blanking on who this might be, but that's nuts.
Every picture of the sunglasses. Birth of his kid, he's inside. It's not like she gave birth to her outside on a sunny day, and he's like, I better put my sunglasses on so I can see where my child is. It's insane, dude. The guy's always got sunglasses on. It's stupid.
That's like my best quality. Like everybody always talks about my eyes, so it's like that's the last thing I do is cover those up. It's the only thing I got going for me, and they're saying, yeah, your eyes really show the kind of influence that you and confidence and sincerity that you have.
This guy.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that guy.
Every picture,
every single one.
Yeah, you're right.
Even
why?
A photo shoot. Oh man, I'm at work. I'm at work indoors. I've got my sunglasses on.
Yeah, why is that? Why with the sunglasses?
I don't know.
I know that I wear sunglasses a lot, but it's because they're prescription sunglasses, and I forget to take them off because I can see better.
Huh.
So like a lot of times I'm like walking in a store and people are like, why do you have your sunglasses on? I'm like, oh, because I can actually see, and I forget to I don't wear my glasses every day.
I hope that's the reason.
I hope so.
We gave my buddy Domi that used to live in town. He lives in Vegas and I plays hockey with us. But the guy would always show up and have his sunglasses on. And we finally, it's a locker room. You're just not going to be able to get away with that.
Right.
And finally, he just was like, look, guys, I have issues with my eyes. The sunglasses just help with that. And I think he was lying because he didn't wear the sunglasses when he was playing hockey. But whatever.
Yeah, really. I mean, I think
he just got to the point where he was just like, he wanted to be the cool guy, but he couldn't.
Yeah.
He had to come up with the
reasons just to get you off his back.
For all we know, maybe he was telling the truth. But,
I mean, I knew a girl in elementary school who wore glasses, like sunglasses all the time, because apparently she had issues with her eyes too. So, I mean, I believe it if someone told me that.
Somebody brought up a very good point. The sun never sets on a badass.
Good point. Yeah. Well, according to this website, Entrepreneur, take them off if you're meeting somebody for the first time.
Yeah, you gotta be able to look at somebody's eyes.
Yeah. Dressing to impress? Yeah.
Crap.
That means something. I know, Rev, I'm sorry.
I just like jeans and T-shirts. What can I say?
Yeah. People will look at you and go, if you don't even care about your own look, well, how could you ever be anybody to me?
If I know, like, we're having to have a meeting with somebody that's somewhat important, or like, a client or something along those lines, I'll make sure I wear a shirt that's a button up. And I'll even not roll up my sleeves until I know for sure that person is cool with, like, you never know how some people are with tattoos.
Oh, really? Yeah, look at you. You know what? You're a conscientious guy.
But I'll keep my sunglasses on.
It is weird, though. I see you sometimes because you'll do that, and I go, God, he just doesn't look right.
Oh, it doesn't feel right.
No.
I remember one time I was meeting with some bigwig dude, and I was just like, great, this sucks. And he rolls in, and he's got his shirt, like a button up, but his sleeves were rolled up, and he had tattoos. I'm like, my people.
Yeah.
Instantly, I'm like rolling the shirt up.
Nice.
I feel safe.
The other thing that you shouldn't have if you want to impress somebody and not make a bad first impression is that limp grip. Man, that isn't. And people that only go halfway, and then it's just like you can't. Why? It's like I shook the hands with somebody more than once, and they just like you go in until you touch, then you close, and they just go and they grab my fingers, and I'm feeling like, oh well, this is weird.
Yeah, even I know web to web, man.
Yeah,
right. Give a nice firm grip.
Exactly,
dude. It sucks though because in the wrestling world, for some reason, a lot of guys that wrestle, they don't give you a firm handshake. And I think it a little bit has to do with, they don't want to risk hurting their hands or something along those lines. Or maybe it's just like it got to the point where it was getting ridiculous because people were trying to like out machismo each other.
Oh, right.
But when you first start shaking people's hands, you're like going in for the grip, and it's just like this like limp noodle that's in your hand. You're like, what the hell's going on? So now it's like I gotta like in my head I gotta realize, okay, is this person someone who likes to give a hard handshake or not? You know what I mean? Like you don't want to be that.
It should be that difficult.
It's way too much thought being put into this. So that's why I just fist people.
Yeah, you do.
No, that's fist bump people is what you do.
By the way, you almost fisted me in the face there.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Whoa!
Steve, you just randomly showed what you do, and poor Vicky was, whoa, incoming.
You can't help it, you're short.
I know. On the other end, though, I hate it when guys are just like overcompensating. Like, here's a big shaky one, your arm wiggles and everything. It's like, calm down.
I mean, I don't know why you just don't. You just look at the person. Like every time I shake hands with a woman, I give a firm, but not like she's going to be destroyed. Because you kind of know, and I'm not the strongest guy, but you still kind of been doing it for years. You kind of know the way to grip.
You would think.
Yeah, so yeah, to manhandle somebody. If I see Vicky, she's tiny, I'll be like, all right, well, I got to be cool. I got to make sure.
Then you see my big old man hands, you're like, no, I got this.
Well, that would be the surprise. I wouldn't notice that until it was coming my way. And then when you all of a sudden you throw me over your shoulder and arm wrestle me, I'm like, wow, that was surprising. Because you do your hand, be like, whoa, no doubt about it.
She's got some Russell Wilson hands.
Yes, she does.
I do.
I don't know why she's not playing football. She'd be a star.
I should have.
On Friday, Steve, he got this one wrong.
In the Disney movie Beauty and the Beast, what is the name of Gaston's sidekick?
Robin. No.
Gaston.
No. Woodpecker.
No.
Yeah, that's it. What was the answer, Vicky? Do you remember?
Le Fou.
Le Fou. There you go. You want a shot at beating Steve? Well, hope there's a lot of Disney questions. 206-421-ROCK. We're playing Beat Miggs at 647 on The Rock.
Today's podcast is brought to you by bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne, who's ready to answer your questions about bankruptcy. Travis, is it true that if you filed for bankruptcy once, you can't file again?
Even if you filed bankruptcy before, you can almost certainly file bankruptcy again. Different types of bankruptcies have different time limits between filings. In Chapter 7, full bankruptcy, you can only file Chapter 7 once every 8 years. However, you can almost always file a Chapter 13 case. Chapter 13 cases can be filed immediately following a Chapter 7. They can be filed immediately following a prior Chapter 13 case. Chapter 13 is a reorganization plan, so there will be some type of monthly payment, but it's based on your budget and your ability to afford that payment. So Chapter 13 is an option in almost all cases, even with a prior bankruptcy filing.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
I'm Erin Ryan, political commentator, comedy writer, and host of Crooked Media's Hysteria.
And I'm co-host Alyssa Mastromonaco, former White House Deputy Chief of Staff for President Obama.
Each week on Hysteria, we are joined by a team of hilariously opinionated ladies to discuss the headlines from the serious to the absurd.
We cover everything from reproductive rights to rom-coms and break down the political news of the week and cultural stories that affect women's lives.
New episodes of Hysteria drop every Thursday. Listen on Odyssey, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.